when you shop for summer clothes. Think pink, pink, pink if you want that kelp that shows. Red is dead, blue is through, green's obscene, brown's taboo, and there is not the slightest excuse for plum abuse or chartreuse. Think pink.
G'day, gorgeous. I'm lining up to do a new face-to-face workshop next week on Delectable Diva, and I was having a chat to a few people last night about, what we need to talk about when we start talking about, do we get back into a dating scene if you're coming out of a divorce, or, how long do you wait, what do you need to look for? And it came up a lot about online dating and whether or not online dating was a good thing to do or not a good thing to do. And my own opinion on this is, I've done both, and in fact met my current partner in an online site. But one of the things that's really interesting about doing online dating is the fact that I learnt the hard way that you actually have to make sure that your profile is very clear about what you're looking for. And usually within dating, what we tend to do is take a bit of a scattergun approach. It's kind of like, oh, I'll just see a whole bunch of single people anywhere I go, or make myself tap into some groups that, should have a number of single people in them. And then we assume that that's going to allow us to meet some people, and maybe we'll date through that group and something might come out of all of that. And we go into online dating in much the same way. And really, this is the wrong approach. When we talk about marketing, just in broad terms, you always talk about narrowing down to a niche group. I work with women 35 to 55 who are looking to revolutionize their lives. If I tried to do what I do, targeting every single person in the world, then I wouldn't be able to find you guys, would I? Because you wouldn't be looking at this video because you don't fit within the group, and I wouldn't be able to find you amongst all the noise. And it's exactly the same when we start talking about essentially marketing ourselves to a prospective partner. And also, how do we find the right partner in amongst all that noise? So I would encourage you to have a look at your online profile. And when you look at some of the things that I talk about in Delightful Diva, we're trying to actually define down what it is that you truly want in a relationship. If you have a look at some of my other blogs, I talk about the fact that love conquers all is just fallacy, right? It doesn't work. You have to be clear about what it is that you want. If your children are grown up and you don't really want to be with somebody else who's got, little children, then say so. If you don't want to be with a smoker, say so. Be really clear about what it is that you actually want in a partner, and that way you're more likely to get it, and you don't spend a whole lot of time meeting people, chasing up with people, connecting with people who actually don't share the same values that you have for yourself, and they don't want the same things that you want. Therefore, it just seems like you spend a lot of time meeting with people who just don't hit the mark, right? It's hard enough to be able to kind of work out the chemistry, the, location issues, a whole bunch of other stuff, without actually compromising initially on some of your absolute can't compromise on positions, right? So too many people kind of go, oh, can't say that about children, or I can't, knock people out because of height. And it's kind of like, but if fundamentally you would not want to be with somebody because if they were a good, 10 centimeters shorter than you, you were going to feel like Amazon woman every time you stood next to them, then why wouldn't you cut them out regarding height? Oh, because that's too nasty, right? It means that I could be passing up some really, really lovely people. Yeah, you could, but ultimately you're never going to get past the fact that you can't wear high heels with this person, and no matter how lovely they are, if you actually feel fundamentally that you are made to feel really big and tall and like Amazon woman, if you're next to somebody who's a whole head shorter than you, then there's a problem, and that will always be a problem. And if you compromise on it, you're only going to get cranky about it later on, and it will become a bigger problem. So do yourself a favour, and do you a favour for the, guys out there who are looking for prospective partners as well, and be really clear about what it is that you want and ask the universe to bring it to you. And it doesn't matter what platform you use, if you are clear and honest and upfront and nice, without being so nice that you just end up doing what other people want you to do even though that's not what you want, you'll find that the universe can bring it to you. But if you're not clear with the universe about what it is that you want in your life, how on earth can you possibly manifest it to yourself? Okay, so that's my little musing for this week. I hope I'll see you soon.
Pink for cheeks and pink at your lips, pink for shirts and all of your slips, just a touch of pink at your knees, and if you please,
What?
pink chemise.